YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to Bananas Epic Gaming. And today on Bananas Epic Gaming, we are back for another episode of CageTalk. And today's episode of CageTalk is going to be a spoiler review for Black Panther 2, aka Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Tap a little bell on the YouTube app so you guys never miss an upload. And let's get into it. Now, Wakanda Forever, the moment this movie kicks off, we are thrown right into chaos. Shuri is trying to find a cure to save her brother. She's trying to save T'Challa because he's dying. So they are gonna try and solve this right off the rip, how to write him off. Because, as a lot of you may know, Chadwick Boseman sadly passed away a few years ago. Shuri's trying to find a cure, and she thinks she can do it with the heart-shaped herb. She has been attempting to recreate the herb after it was destroyed by Killmonger, but she was unsuccessful, and T'Challa sadly passed away of an unknown illness. Fast forward 1 year later. Now, Wakanda has been under pressure from other countries to share their vibranium, with some other parties attempting to steal it by force. Ramonda implores Shuri to continue her research on creating the heart-shaped herb, hoping to create it and make a new Black Panther that can defend Wakanda. But she refuses, as she believes the Black Panther to be a figure of the past. The CIA uses a new vibranium detecting machine on an expedition to find vibranium underwater. His entire research team is then attacked and killed by Namor and his blue-skinned water-breathing people, but the CIA believes that Wakanda is responsible. Namor goes to Korean Ramonda and Shuri, easily bypassing Wakanda's advanced security. He blames Wakanda's vibranium race and gives them an ultimatum. Find and give him the scientist that is responsible for the vibranium detecting machine, or he will attack Wakanda. Now, when they said that it was going to be a scientist, I thought it was going to be Victor Von Doom for a brief second, because he's coming. He has to come pop up in the movie soon, so we can put a face to the name for the MCU's Victor Von Doom, because the Fantastic Four is coming soon. Now, Shuri and Okoye, with the help of Shuri's favorite colonizer, Everett K. Ross, go to Boston to meet the scientist who is responsible for everything that's been going on. She's an MIT student who is named Riri Williams, who is Ironheart. The group is chased by the FBI and then by some of Namor's warriors, who defeat Okoye and take Shuri and Williams underwater to meet Namor Submariner. Ramonda ships Okoye off her duty as Midori Moralaje and shakes out Nakia, who has been living in Haiti since the blip, for help to find Shuri and Williams, aka Ironheart. Shuri meets Namor, who shows her his underwater kingdom, which he has protected for centuries and is rich with vibranium. Bitter at the surface world that once rejected him, Namor offers an alliance with Wakanda against the rest of the world, but promises to destroy Wakanda first if they refuse. Nakia helps Shuri and Ironheart escape and Namor retaliates with an attack against the capital of Wakanda, during which Ramonda drowns, saving Ironheart, aka Riri Williams. Namor vows to return within a week with his full force as the cities and the citizens of Wakanda are relocated to the Jabari land for their own safety. Now, here is where we basically know that Shuri has lost everybody. Her father, her mother, and her brother. She is the only person left in her family. So she's going to make it her goal to recreate the heart-shaped herb. And does she do it? Short answer, spoiler, yes. Meanwhile, Everett Ross is arrested by his ex-wife, who is the director of the CIA, Valentina. Valentina is somebody that's been in the background building the Thunderbolts. We first saw her in Black Widow. He's getting arrested for giving the Wakandans classified information. Shuri uses a remnant of the herb that gave Namor and his people the ability to breathe underwater. Namor doesn't need it, but his people need it. And with that, she recreates the heart-shaped herb, and she takes it. She becomes the new Black Panther. And at the ancestral plane, she's expecting to meet maybe her mother, maybe her father, maybe her brother. But she meets Killmonger because she is seeking revenge. Upon return, she has accepted by the other Wakandans as she reveals herself as the new Black Panther. And despite M'Baku's advances for peace, Shuri is determined to get revenge for her mother's death and orders a immediate counterattack on Namor's people and Namor. Preparing for battle with Ao, assuring the role of General of the Dora Milaje, Shuri bestows the Midnight Angel armor upon Okoye, who in return recruits Anika to join her in battle. The Wakandans then use a sea vessel known as the Sea Leopard to set a trap for Namor and his people, luring him and his warriors to the surface, and the battle becomes underway. Shuri separates Namor from the rest of his people, intending to dry him out and weaken him. The pair then crash land on a desert beach and fight. Shuri eventually gains the upper hand, but he soon realizes the similarities between the Wakandans and the Talokan. The Talokan are the name of Namor's tribe and him. And she then decides to spare Namor's life, offering him a peaceful alliance. Namor accepts and the battle then ends. Namor's cousin Naoma is upset about Namor yielding to Shuri, but he promises that Shuri's empathy for their people is useful because Wakanda will come if they need their help, if they become under attack. Because Shuri's empathy for the people is useful because Wakanda has no other allies. And now they are safe. Riri Williams, who is known as Ironheart, who has a Disney Plus series coming soon, returns to Boston, but has to leave her new suit behind that she made for the final battle. Okoye then rescues Everett Ross from captivity, and in the mid-credits scene, Shuri visits Nakia in Haiti, where she burns her funeral ceremony robe like her mother wanted her to, from her brother's funeral. Now, she is finally able to grieve. She then learns that Nakia and T'Challa, who's played by the late Chadwick Boseman, have a son. who Nakia has been raising in secret for the past few years since the blip. So Nakia was pregnant during the events of Black Panther 1 and Endgame. And the reason why they decided to keep the baby away from the public eye is because T'Challa didn't want the baby to have the pressure of taking the throne. Their son is then revealed his name to be T'Challa. So they didn't really recast the name T'Challa, they just named his son T'Challa, so T'Challa Jr. And that is the only post-credit scene of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Now let's get into my thoughts about this movie. Now, Wakanda Forever, I believe this is easily one of the best, if not the best, projects since Endgame. This is a beautiful, touching little send-off to Chadwick Boseman. They tackled a hard-hitting point because Chadwick Boseman's death has been felt throughout this entire Phase 4, and the MCU will never be the same again because he was born to play that role. Namor the Submariner, the actor, did a tremendous job. I cannot picture anybody else playing Namor other than him. I'm looking forward to him coming back soon. And Shuri, playing by the same actress. We all knew she was going to become the new Black Panther, or at least I did. Letitia White, she did a tremendous job stepping up into that role. Riri Williams, I'm looking forward to her Disney Plus series to see what they do. Wakanda Forever, overall, one of the best movies that I've seen this year, and one of the best superhero movies I've seen since Endgame. Please go see this movie and enjoy it, because now is where everything's going to start to pick up and go full throttle. Because now we know that the end game is Secret Wars. And how does all this factor in? We can only wait and see. And I think Black Panther 2 is going to be Wakanda versus the rest of the world. And I can't wait to see that. Black Panther 2, 9.5 out of 10. Amazing. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Tap the little bell on my YouTube app so you guys never miss an upload. And now this has been CageTalk 68. We will see you guys on the next one.